If you're constantly looking at things that don't really have an impact in your life, that are not critical to your day or that are not within your control, right? You can't control what the weather's like. So why are you letting the weather mess up your day? Why are you letting that dictate your mood, dictate your future? All right, let's go. If you want a more fit, focused, fulfilled life, if you want to have more wealth, if you want to have a better body, better relationships, if you're tired of not having the energy, if you're tired of not having the motivation, if you're tired of starting and then immediately stopping because you don't know the next step or you just don't have deep enough pockets, well, this is your place to go. This is the Live 100 podcast. I'm Jason Yarusi, and today we're going to talk about really just ending out this year strong, right? So it's the last podcast we're going to have here before we get into the new year. And we want to talk about some of the things that you are putting your energy into. So let's go through a couple key components about how you can live your 100 today. And the first thing is focus. What are you focusing on? Are you constantly focusing on things that you can't control? Are you constantly focusing on things that are missing in your life, that things you don't have, the things that you've had in your past, right? You haven't had a good upbringing. You haven't had a great childhood. You haven't had the right parents. You haven't had the right financial education. You haven't had the right job. You haven't had the right education, right? The right college, the right surrounding for friends, right? Or are you focused on what you do have? Are you focused on the greatness in front of you, the greatness within you, all the things that you actually have, your health, the breath in your lungs, what you have access to, the day and age where you can go and listen to podcasts, right? Go out there and learn massive things through just the internet, right? Think about all that you have exposed to you, all that you have in your fingertips, just that you live in America, right? You live in the United States, just about all the greatness that you have right in front of you that you consistently tell yourself that you're in the lacking for. So what are you focusing on today? Are you focused on all of the opportunities, all of the ability, all of the potential that is possible within your life? Are you focusing on what's missing? Next, are you looking at what you have in your life that you can control or what you can't control? So many times in life, my mom said, I wish the news would stop scaring me. And I said, well, just turn off the news. It's that simple. Most of the news is, right, they're driving ads revenue, and that revenue is driven on by bad news, right? Because bad news gets more eyeballs, right? So if you're constantly looking at things that don't really have an impact in your life, that are not critical to your day or that are not within your control, right? You can't control what the weather's like. So why are you letting the weather mess up your day? I mean, it rains 30% of the year, right? And we're upset it rains, or it's cold in certain months and we're upset it's cold, right? Why? Why are you letting that dictate your mood, dictate your future? You cannot let an environment, you cannot let what you can't control dictate your future. What you can do is you can focus on what you can control. You can focus on how you show up. You can focus on how you start the day, how you act on the day, what you do and how you do it, right? How you end your day. You can focus on everything that you can control. So think about that. If you put your focus into all the things that you can control, what do you think the outcome is going to be like? What do you think the outcome is going to be like? If you can let go of that time, focusing on things that are outside your sphere that you don't have any control on, or what you don't have, and you go at what you do have, all the greatness in front of you, what do you think will potentially show up in your life? Where our energy goes, energy flows, right? That's Tony Robbins. He says in that fact there, if you put the right movement into the right part of your life, things start to show up. We have all the same amount of time, and we can either maximize the time we have, or we can just keep saying that we don't have enough time. Everyone has the time in front of them to go out there and take action. So if you now are focused on what you control, you focus on what you have, are you in the moment? Are you in the now? We can't worry about our past. We can't look back at our past. Our past is an education, right? So we look back on what's happened there to give us guidance of how to go forward and to not go forward. But we can't live in our past. We can't live in the greatness that's happened in our past and all of the bad things that's happened. I've had some really awful moments happen in my past. And if I was to go each and every day, recount on them and say, oh, this has happened to me, right? It would set my mood, set my energy, set my state in such a poor negative pattern that there's no way that I could succeed. I have to live in the moment, live how great it is. I have a beautiful, amazing, amazing wife in Peely. I have 3 amazing kids. We have an amazing bulldog. I have a great staff. I have chickens now. We have a great home here in Tennessee, right? We have all these things on our side. So am I living in the now for what I do have? Or am I worried about the past or worried about the future, right? What you're going to do when the future comes is that you're going to show up to it just as you are showing up to the obstacles, to the challenges that you face today. Can't go back and reset the past. You can't go forward and predict the future. What you can do is you can maximize the moment in time that is the now. So ask yourself each and every moment of the day, are you dialed in? Are you happy? Are you energetic? And if you're not, what's stopping you? And the question is to take that finger, point it, turn it around, and point it at yourself. Look yourself in the mirror today. Tell yourself who you're going to show up and be, and then go out and be that person. Go out and be that person that lives 100, that breaks the bad patterns that have been set in your life so you can build a life that you can be proud of, so you can magnify the life that you are made to live. Let's go out there and be our best self. Let's start 2024 so powerful, no one's even going to know what happens. That's your life, and it's waiting for you. I'm Jason Yarusi to the Live 100 podcast. Go out there, focus on what you can control, take action, live your best life, and live it now. Go down there. We'd awesome to give us a rating and review. We read each and every one of us. The podcast has been growing massively. Thank you for all of you reaching out with these awesome messages. If you want, go over to Instagram, leave me a message here. I love your feedback. Let's do this.